Just really quickly, I wanted to do a book review. I think last week sometime I told you about the book, The Diva Principles by Michelle McKinney Hammond, and this is the book right here. This is the book that talks all about womanhood and talks about being a diva in a positive sense, and it's just a really, really good, insightful book, and I think that if you're a female, especially if you're a single female, that you should pick it up and just read through it, and there's actually a lot that you will learn from this. So, like I said, go pick this up. Good book, Aces. Next book. This one I've been reading for a while because I haven't had a chance really to finish this. This is called Letters from a Skeptic, and it is by Dr. Gregory Boyd and Edward Boyd. Dr. Gregory Boyd is a professor of theology at Bethel University in Minnesota, and Edward Boyd is his father. And basically, this is a series of letters between a father and a son. And the son, Gregory, is a believer in Christ, and at the time, his father, Edward, was not. And so basically, Gregory wanted to convince his father to become a Christian, and he was going to do whatever possible, but not by forcing him and saying, you need to be a Christian, you're going to go to hell, you're going to go to hell. Instead, he decides to write him a series of letters and put it in a form of an open dialogue where his father can ask any question that he could possibly think of as to why he does or doesn't believe, and what he does and doesn't believe, and just any questions about Christianity altogether. And the son was going to try to answer the best he could as to why he does believe, and with some biblical backing to his answers. But he was doing it in a way that his father wasn't going to feel intimidated in answering his questions, not as a professor of theology, not in the professional way, but he was basically putting it in layman's terms so that he can understand. So the whole book is letters back and forth between the father and the son, and they actually raised some really, really good questions in here about theology, and it's just really interesting. It goes really in depth, and some of the answers that he gives, it's like all of a sudden the light goes on. So even for the people that are believers and you maybe didn't understand or couldn't quite figure out a way to explain your faith to people that are non-believers, or maybe convince somebody to be a Christian, this book really puts it in perspective and talks a lot about good stuff like that. So, Letters from a Skeptic by Gregory and Edward Boyd. Go pick that one up, and I'm almost finished with it, and so far so good. So I can't exactly tell you the ending because I'm not to the ending yet, but and also, even if I was at the ending, I wouldn't want to give away the ending for it. For those of you that haven't read it, I'll just tell you guys to go pick up this one, Letters from a Skeptic. And for you females, The Divine Diva Principles by Michelle McKinney Hammond. She also writes a ton of books, so there's other books by her to check out for single women. So those are my two book reviews for now. So if you're not watching the two reality TV shows I told you about earlier, go pick these two books up. You won't regret it.